Hello, this is Kat Joseph reporting for the Paisano. Next year, the campus carry policy will take effect. Walter Wilson, associate professor in the political science department, discussed the intention of the event.
And so what we are here to do is to try to help share our views on what can keep our campus safe.
Students, faculty, and even a senator spoke for gun-free zones during a rally on October 15th.
I'm a faculty member here, and I was hired here 3 years ago. I had a choice. I did not have to take this job. I had other options. And I will tell you that if this policy had been in place when I was made an offer, I would not have accepted this job.
I would like to put the pressure on Mr. Martinez and the Texas legislature to repeal this legislation on the whole, because I do not want to discuss exclusion zones, I do not want to discuss guns on my campus, and I do not like that my campus is being turned into something that sounds like a war zone. And it is not for the pressure to be put on us, it is for the pressure to be put on the Texas legislature to hear this voice right here, because we are clearly not happy with this.
We respond with passion, we respond without thinking, and such a response could always lead to terrible tragedy when the presence of guns are around.
What I've learned a week or so ago about these deliberations, and some of you feel left out, this is exactly what you're supposed to do. This is exactly what the law says you're supposed to do. Roll up your sleeves and get to work. Start a dialogue. If they're not listening to you, let me know. Let me know. And what I mean by that is, some of you know, I have already written a letter to Chancellor Admiral McCraven to tell him that I don't think this process is going the way it was anticipated.
I'm here because I don't want guns on the campus and stuff, because I think it's a very bad idea. You have seen over the years of stuff that happen when people come on schools with guns and stuff, killing little innocent kids and stuff, you know, and it's a bad mixture of gun in schools, especially when they testing and stuff. They be so hyped up. I've seen people get sick from taking tests, then they just go off and stuff.
I attended this meeting about campus carry yesterday. I wasn't really knowledgeable about the issue, but when I got there, all it seems like was the team supposed to determine where these gun-free zones are, and all this different talk made me research it a little bit more and more, and all it's going to do is raise our tuition and make us less safe. And I feel like that's just terrible, and that's just a tax on students, you know? Not because we have all these school shooters. There was twice in a week. That's just insane. Why do we need them on our school?
However, gun-free zones have become targets for shooters. The innocent are defenseless in these areas, and the shooters take advantage of this. Peter Carollo shared his opinion opposing the rally's ideas.
I'm here, I guess, defending my personal ideas, that students should be able to carry guns on campus. We're not talking about every student, any 18-year-old that walks on campus. We're talking about certified, tested, trained, at least 21 and above students. They have their CHL obtained through the state. They've gone through training, they've gone through certifications, background checks. That's our belief here. So obviously we're going against a different belief, is that no guns should be allowed on campus. And there are merits to that idea. There's also a lot more merits to our idea as well, and our idea is to combat those one by one and arrive at a reasonable conclusion. Both parties here are fighting for the same exact cause. We want a safer campus. We want to feel safe on campus, in our classrooms, and in our dormitories. So both causes have the exact same reason why they're fighting. We just have radically different ideas on how we can achieve that same issue.
Okay. How do you feel about this protest today?
The protest, I'm almost willing to say it's getting a lot of people for me to talk to, so on one hand, that's really nice for me. It's raising concern around the issue, so that's the most important thing. Students hopefully are going to go home and do their own research and find all of this, and they're going to do more research and find out both sides of the issue, because obviously we just don't have the manpower to fight this right now. But we're able to talk to people one by one, students one by one, faculty one by one, and share the ideas on both the pro and con side of carrying guns on campus.
So, can you expand on the discussions that you're having with these people?
We're having a lot of heated issues. Like I said, it's a very emotional issue powered by fear on both sides. Students don't want to have to worry about unnecessary gun violence on campus, and so do the pro-gun side. We don't want to worry about that. We want to be able to protect ourselves on campus. So a lot of the conversations I've been having are with victims of past gun violence. So it's very emotionally charged on the issue. So it's a very delicate situation to touch on. It's easy for me to preach about this when I've never been attacked with a gun. But I mean, that's what we have to deal with. You have to break through those issues. If you're fighting for this one way or another, you should be able and willing to defend, your ideas. So a lot of the conversations that we're having are based around what are your personal resolves against this issue, and is there any misinformation in there? And if it is, we're looking to spread that news and kind of correct those ideas that may not be 100% true on. Texas CHL holders make up for 0.3% of crime in Texas, and that's major crime. We're not talking about car accidents or minor things like that. We're talking about violent crimes, felonies, Class A and B misdemeanors. So 0.3%, I think that's a pretty good statistic as compared to college students, which in the dozens of percentage. So, I mean, we believe that we have a valid cause to be here, and we believe that we can make a difference by talking to people one-on-one basis. There's a mental health issue in this country. That's the main cause for concern.
No, blaming people
What your organization should be doing is promoting mental health clinics on campus, stress relieving activities for students come finals time. That's what we should be fighting right now. We all want the same thing, pro-gun or anti-gun. We want a safer campus. We just have different views on how to go about that. I know that I train and I practice, I'm certified, I've gone through background checks to be able to carry a holster right here. That when I go home,
that adequately prepares you for a real life situation?
Absolutely. You know what? It's one of those one in a million scenarios that if somebody were to come on right now, we would be prepared. Obviously, I'm not needed right now because look, they have these over here. Yes, please say. We have a police officer here. The average response time is 7 minutes. By the grace of God, if I'm locked in a classroom and something happens, you know what? There's a 1 in a million chance I can protect myself, and that's absolutely worth it to stop the threat and end this violence. You can't argue.
Well, you so I could. Exactly. I understand your opinion. I'm just not going to argue with you. I do have that point. I you have that point. And I respect it. But I just feel like having orange guns and the bill does not allow you to ask other people if they are licensed. That is not okay. It's illegal. The bill also doesn't allow you to have like a mental health screening beforehand. So
You go through state background checks and FBI background checks and fingerprint. I mean, yeah, you do go through that. That's okay.
But like the mental health person wise, they don't.
Right. There is no mental health background check right now. Can you name one time a law stopped a crime from happening? And one time. Every mass shooter that comes to the campus is doing it against the law. That's his job, is to hurt people. These are disgusting, insane individuals. And you have no way to defend yourself.
It's not about insanity.
Gun-free UTSA.